The more invisible I become, the more death I have to endure. As Lord Arhat rushed toward Qin Shi King, he suddenly knelt down and said, "Your Highness, the Chow family, they really sent someone. I was leading the old soldiers to the Great Qin Manor, when suddenly 2 Chow family members ambushed me. I barely escaped with my life to bring you this news, Your Highness. Now they have already fled with that group of old soldiers." Qin Shi King stepped closer, his voice cold. Escape? They cannot escape. It was wise of you not to face him head-on. Iron Wolf died at his hands, and you are no match for him either. But now that the Chow family has revealed themselves, this king will deal with them all at once. Lord Arhat lowered his head, a smirk curling on his lips. "Your Highness is truly remarkable." He suddenly pointed a finger at Qin Shi King's chest and sneered. "You cannot even tell this is only a clone I created with my full-body transformation art." Xiao Mu said, "How will you deal with me, Qin Shi King?" Qin Shi King gripped Xiao Mu's blood blade and chuckled. "Heh, I knew you would show yourself if I made a move on those old geezers of the Chow family." With a snap, he broke Xiao Mu's blood blade in 2. In a dark alley, Xiao Mu gathered the survivors. Since Qin Shi King sent someone, he will definitely grow suspicious if no one reports back. Someone must distract him, leading these old soldiers safely to Nanzhou while avoiding danger. This task is best suited for Sister Shu. As a rank 5 risk avoidance master, Sister Shu stiffened. "And what about you?" Xiao Mu gave a faint smile. "I am better suited to be the bait. But Sister Shu, you will have to work hard. You are going to the Qin Manor alone? That is too dangerous," she exclaimed. "Do not worry, Sister Shu. If necessary, I will find a way to escape." Later, Xiao Mu seized Lord Arhat's battered body. "Hey, hurry up and tell me, what is your King of Qin's ultimate move?" Arhat groaned, trembling. "The King of Qin's golden body is completely different from ours. He possesses the most perfect body of blazing gold, forged by the immortal sect. His body itself is part of the immortal art. I do not know the exact details, but it seems His Highness can wield immortal techniques, and any attacks against him are converted into his power. But at present," Qin Shi King's gaze sharpened. "So, you killed Arhat?" He raised a crackling hand, lightning coiling around his fingers. Xiao Mu leapt back and said, "Yes, and now I am here to send you to meet him." He clenched his fists, muttering to himself, "My blood sword was devoured the moment it touched him. Is this the immortal art Arhat mentioned? This golden body Dao soldier is truly worlds apart from the previous 2 realms. Demonic blood ignition technique." Xiao Mu roared. "The physical attacks are useless. Then let us try a pure internal energy strike." He extended a finger, void-shattering finger. The strike landed cleanly on Qin Shi King's forehead. "Is this all the tricks the Chow family has?" Qin Shi King mocked, smoke rising from his brow. "Do you think I am the same as back at Wan Manor?" Before Xiao Mu's eyes, the wound sealed instantly. Qin Shi King's fingers liquefied, reshaping into a gleaming sword. "I will not fall for the same trick twice." He slashed fiercely. Xiao Mu dodged, but Qin Shi King pressed forward with relentless attacks. My defense, even enhanced by the demonic blood ignition art, was broken so easily. Xiao Mu thought as a strike tore into his chest. He slid back, coughing blood. "His technique. It prevents the self-healing of my full-body transformation art." Qin Shi King's laughter echoed. "Kid, this is my golden body. As long as I will it, anything I strike can be converted into a part of me. I call this the Invincible Golden Body." Clutching his chest, Xiao Mu muttered, "It is like an improved version of the bone-corroding fire. Truly troublesome." His wounds mended slowly. "You have some skill," Qin Shi King sneered, "but you are far inferior to the immortal sect. Let us see how much flesh and blood I can carve out of you." He lunged, golden blade flashing, laughter wild. Xiao Mu steadied himself, whispering, "Ordinary physical attacks are absorbed by him, and wounds caused by inner energy are repaired almost instantly. That body is truly a martial artist's nemesis, something only an immortal could create." "What is this? Are you frightened?" Qin Shi King taunted. "Can a member of the Chow family feel fear? The Chow family opposes the immortal sect at every turn. Today, I will finish you on behalf of the immortal master." With a roar, he unleashed a storm of slashes. Frightened? Xiao Mu's eyes gleamed as the next strike came crashing down. And then they clashed. Xiao Mu steadied his breath, using his technique like a hashira. His fist suddenly accelerated, driving straight toward Qin Shi King's face and landing cleanly. As Chao Mu advanced, Qin Shiqing's neck snapped backward, yet instead of falling, he laughed and said, "Ha! Young man, I understand your fierce temper, but you will pay the price for your arrogance." His head reattached to his body, and with a twisted grin, he continued, "Your body will be infected by me, and your soul will become my nourishment. This is the end for you, Chao family member." Half of Chao Mu's body ignited with flame. I feel like I can't control my body anymore, Chao Mu muttered. But do you know what happened to the last person who tried to use me as nourishment? Keep yapping, brat, Qin Shiqing sneered. All right then, go down and meet the martial saint. You can ask him yourself. Chao Mu roared, igniting the demonic blood ignition technique not once, but 3 times. His body swelled monstrously, heat and blood surging through his veins. Qin Shiqing's eyes widened. The blood and qi in your body are expanding rapidly. At this rate, your blood vessels will burst. Are you trying to kill yourself? Yeah, Chao Mu smirked. Didn't you say you'd turn me into a part of you? Now that we've synchronized this far, it's too late for you to withdraw. Let's see if your golden shell body can swallow my blood. You crazy bastard, Qin Shiqing snarled. Remember to say hello to the martial saint for me. Chao Mu detonated in a violent explosion. Amid the blaze, he smiled faintly and whispered to himself, "Sorry, Sister Shu. Escape is impossible. I can only take him down with me." But as the dust settled, he thought grimly, physical attacks get converted. I'm not sure how much internal energy is needed for a fatal blow. The system's cold voice rang out, calculating results. Chao Mu clenched his fists. I can only rely on the destructive power of the demonic blood ignition technique to take him down with me. Qin Shiqing, we've gone through life and death together. Don't disappoint me with the rating. System notification, death rating, grade D. Your moves were fierce as a tiger, but your score was a measly 250. What? No way, Chao Mu shouted in disbelief, sweat dripping from his brow. Is one of the 8 kings really this worthless? At that moment, Sister Shu appeared, her gaze sharp. You acted recklessly, as expected. Chao Mu blinked in surprise. Sister Sue, he hurriedly explained. Let me explain. At first, I only wanted to stall for time, but in the heat of the moment, I decided to take him down with me. Sister Shu leaned closer and said coldly, You didn't take him down with you. Qin Shiqing is still alive, eh? Chao Mu froze, dumbfounded. Tisk. No wonder the rating was so low. That damn golden body isn't so easy to destroy after all. Chao Mu's heart sank. He shouted, Sister Shu, how did you know? Wait, you're not an illusion? That night, Hai Siwan muttered, I never thought we'd be saved by an immortal in the end. Mr. Hai shook his head. Miss Chao is different from those immortals. Hai Siwan nodded. Yes, if she hadn't prepared a Qiankun bag to hold our injured brothers, we would never have escaped this far. Let's guard her well, Mr. Hai said firmly. Miss Chao promised to find a way to deal with the Dao soldiers and to help Brother Chao. Don't worry, Hai Siwan vowed. I will risk my life to protect her. As Sister Shu meditated, Lord Arhat lay silently on the ground. Meanwhile, at Qin Manor, Qin Shiqing suddenly materialized, staggering as he landed on the ground, his face twisted with fury and exhaustion. Huff. Huff. He glared into the night. Chao family, I will not rest until you are destroyed. In the courtyard, Chao Mu said, getting blown to pieces and still surviving. The golden body art should just be renamed Turtle Art. Sister Shu replied, The Dao soldiers are lifeless objects to begin with. If their shells are destroyed, the immortals can simply make new ones. You want to deal with Qin Shiqing? I'm afraid it will be difficult. Chao Mu said, I understand, but if the great Dao sect and the king of Qin are not dealt with, they will eventually come. After the old soldiers again, and the people of the Qin Manor will continue to be deceived. Since the news about Lone City spread, the incense offerings to the great Dao sect in the capital have decreased, at least on the surface, but not by much. If we do not take this chance to wipe them out, it will be even harder once they go into hiding. Other immortal sects will just copy their methods. Sister Shu said, actually, these two matters can be seen as one. The great Dao sect wants to target the old soldiers precisely because they fear that the truth of Lone City will further shake the people's faith. Chao Mu said, more shocking than the truth of Lone City. He stood up and declared, the Qin Manor itself is a scam. Sister Shu said, that is right. The scene of Iron Wolf and Dao Shu plotting is already within my sea of consciousness. I can use a Dao art to publicize these matters to the world. Also, I discovered some unique arts on the golden body corpse of the Arhat. If things go smoothly, we might be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. What is wrong? Is something troubling you? Chao Mu said, Sister Shui, you planned this from the very beginning, did you not? Keeping Arhat's body to find a way to counter the golden body art. If I survived, I would return to find you. If I died, you would cover for me. In short, you did not want my death this time to be in vain, correct? Sister Shu said, I do not fully understand this dream realm of yours, and I cannot necessarily intervene every time. I was merely taking a gamble. Chao Mu said, Sister Shui, you were worried about me and went through so much trouble. I definitely will not let you down. With the power of this dream space, we have at least 5 years to research. Nothing to be afraid of. Sister Shui thought to herself, Chao Mu, perhaps you will gradually adapt to this space and no longer reject it. But if you rely on it too much, can you still tell the difference between dream and reality? In another scene, Qin Shi King said, Go. Issue a wanted poster. The old soldiers of Lone City have defied a military order and murdered the envoy of the great Qin Manor. This is treason. Arrest them immediately. The servant said yes. Another rushed in, shouting, Report! Your Highness, the King of Qin, something terrible has happened. Qin Shi King snapped, What is it? The soldier said, Over at the execution grounds, everyone saw it. Someone projected a water mirror, publicly revealing Lord Iron Wolf's meeting with immortal master Dao Shu. A bald man gasped, Isn't that General Iron Wolf? Wait, the person across from him looks like Dao Shu. Another cried out, My wife and son were killed by that demonic Taoist. Iron Wolf, avenge us. A boy shouted, No, something's wrong. Why is General Iron Wolf so obedient to her? A father pointed at the vision above and roared, They are in cahoots. His wife clutched her head in disbelief, saying, How can this be? Is the king of Qin's manor not supposed to fight against the immortals? Thank you so much for watching. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to help me grow my channel. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. Let's keep the conversation going and get those analytics buzzing. Until next time, take care.